In 2022, we lied to you. Honestly, we lied to ourselves, and I'm betting that you guys lied to yourselves too. So today, we want to sit down and reflect on 2022, on the things that we maybe weren't as honest about as we wish we were to you, to ourselves, and I hope that you guys can do the same. So we're going to provide prompts for reflecting on the past year as well as looking forward into 2023. And I'm hoping that you'll use the comment section as a way to answer the prompts for yourself in your business and also help encourage and connect with other people in the community who are looking to the new year as a new start, a way to come clean, be honest with yourselves, be honest with your family, your friends. I think this is a good time to do that. And let's start here on this video. So let's start with the first prompt. What are you most proud of in 2022?
What am I most proud of? I would say that the growth that we've had personally and professionally on YouTube specifically is probably the thing I'm most proud of. We went into the year well below the 1,000 subscriber mark, well below the watch time. And the growth that we've had in terms of time and effort in the videos and the thought process behind that, I think has really showed, and you all have responded to that, and we can't say thank you enough.
Yeah, I mean, the progress we've made has been amazing. Meeting all of you guys, it's crazy to see a video from the beginning of the year versus now, or even the beginning of our channel. The transition is insane, so that's awesome. For me, my thing that I am most proud of is the ability to persevere through the a million things that went on this year. Just dealing with depression, dealing with anxiety, dealing with the ups and downs of the algorithm, or the Posh Live situation, or the drama that came in and out of the community. There were so many different things that was thrown at us in our business, in personal and business life, and we were able to still get through the year in still a better spot than we were the year before, and that's pretty incredible. So even though we didn't hit every goal, and you guys saw in our reseller recaps when we did or didn't hit our goals, we didn't hit it every month, but I'm so proud of the fact that we still kept going, we still kept trying, and we still kept building that business, and we still ended up at a higher number than we did in 2021. So to me, that is growth, and that is amazing. The next prompt is, what tool did you pick up in 2022 that you will bring forward in your business?
I have a very limited sense of this. Having said that, the only answer I can give is Photoshop for our videos. I don't really have a whole lot that I'm involved with in the day-to-day. I fix the occasional item and I go sourcing with her, but it's more my wife is the driver for the business and I am just along for the ride. I do think that I am getting better with Photoshop, and you all can correct me if I'm wrong, but I think that taking the time to devote to the YouTube, again, is something that I'm very proud of.
Yeah, so let us know. Do you guys like the thumbnails as they've progressed, or do you like the older thumbnails where I was mashing together a bunch of things in a very weird platforms? Some of them probably shouldn't have been free, but I made them free. I don't know. Questionable. So look at our thumbnails over time. Do you think he's doing a good job? For me, the tool that I picked up in 2022 is actually a tool I knew about, but I've resisted because I am very cheap. So this is Photo Room, and I was using Background Remover BG. I'm sure I've mentioned that in a previous video, to make the backgrounds white. It's really important to make backgrounds white when you are reselling because Google favors that. We all know Google shoppers are the best. So I was really trying to do that in the cheapest way possible, and I found a free app, and that's what I was using. But I found out Photo Room has a bulk option, which means that when I am going to list an item, I can put in up to 50 photos and it removes the backgrounds in one click of a button. So easy, so fast, instead of having to do every individual one. This also means I get to do not only the cover photo, but most of the photos that I'm using, which for someone with very little lighting in their house, this is amazing. So I am so grateful for this tool, and I'm so curious if there are more things I need to be using in Photo Room. If you know that, please let me know, because I have probably only scratched the surface, and I would love to get more value out of this because, as I said, I'm cheap. So I want to get all of the bang for my buck.
Yeah, I think this is the biggest example of time is money, and saving yourself time is saving you money by spending a little bit of money up front.
Okay, so the next question's a really fun one, and I think you'll have a different answer than me, but what is your favorite moment from 2022? In business, of course.
So I think that it was finding out that we had hit 1,000 subscribers on YouTube. I've done a lot of YouTube so far. And
He's basically the YouTube person of
Yeah.
the business, and I am more the sourcing. So leave him alone on that.
So we were in Boston actually filming another video, and we
Dark Academia, right?
It was the Dark Academia, I believe, and we got someone that messaged you on Instagram and said, I think I might be the 1,000th subscriber. And I watched you for a while. It's about time I subscribed. And that just is a very memorable moment because we were out in Boston having a lovely day.
Which we don't do. We don't go to Boston. We live relatively close, but that is a lot. So we don't do that often, and we were just walking the streets. It was, I think, a rainy day, if I remember correctly.
Yes, it was a rainy April, I think. April, May.
Yeah.
Somewhere in there.
So clearly have quite a memory of it because it was just a moment of we'd been doing this for about 3 years, and it hadn't happened yet, and it was just such a cool moment. I totally agree with you. Mine is going to be less cool, more money. So when I was outsourcing one day, I found an Hermes scarf. You guys know about this if you've been watching our videos all year. The reason I think it's the most memorable to me, though, is my just sheer lack of ability to believe that it was real. I might have screenshots, I'm not sure, but I reached out to one of my best reselling friends and I was like, hey, do you think this could be real? It's not, right? Because, and I listed off all these reasons, not real, there's no way. And they were laughing at me because in fact, it was real. We still haven't done anything with it, so push us to do that. We want to do a whole video explaining our process with getting this sold, and we're going to take an unconventional route, but we've been so scared to do it. We're so nervous to find out the process, but I can't, I don't think I'll top this.
You also didn't think it was Hermes when you put it in the cart. You just like, yeah, it's nice looking, and then throw it in, you're like, wait.
I thought it was vintage because the tag on it is a vintage tag from a department store. So I definitely thought it was vintage, but I did not know it was Hermes. But yes, just crazy the fact that I didn't believe, and yeah, just I will never forget it. All right, so what was your favorite sale from 2022?
Favorite sale, there's only one answer,
There
really.
can be only
one. It's the Great British Bake Show. For so many reasons. First off, it sold for $650, $700 in like a week. So it is the bolo of all bolos. If you're not selling DVDs, that is the one DV that you buy unconditionally all of the time, every time you see it.
Both kind of take credit for finding it.
Yeah, I think I deserve a little bit more credit.
Yeah, I'd say 70-30.
Yeah, 70-30. 70-30 seems fair.
But I
found the
get
first
some
two or
credit.
three, and then you found two of them in the same store.
Yeah, essentially how that worked out is he texted me and he was like, hey, look at this thing I found. Do you think it's really worth what these comps say? And I'm looking at it, I'm like, yeah. And he's like, yeah, do you want to come in and look? Because there's a lot of stuff here. And as I started looking through when I got in, I found more. And we ended up putting the whole set together. We were like, wait, what? This is so cool.
It was like the best scavenger hunt day ever
It was
of all time.
so much fun. So definitely same. I can't even top that. We can't top it.
And I mean, it led us to watching Great British Bake Show on Netflix.
Highly recommend.
10 out of 10.
And it led me to knoll fielding. And if you guys know me at all, you know that when I become obsessed with something, I become obsessed. And I follow his wardrobe on Instagram, no shame. I purchased Lazy Oaf stuff, which this I got for Christmas. And yes, to this, I don't know if you can see it, but yes, Lazy Oaf, I'm all about you. I've met some actual really great friends on Instagram who are also huge knoll fielding fashion icon fans, which is amazing. So it's just a whole new world that I've been introduced to.
His entire Instagram is all designer brands that are eclectic, cool pieces.
Amazing. Yeah. Alexander McQueen, of course. So yeah, just amazing. We found great new shows involving him or an offshoot of him. It's been a great time. I'm in love. So amazing sale that led to amazing other things. Before we start looking at planning for 2023, I think it is important to make sure that we're reflecting on 2022, and that sometimes can be kind of hard. So let's reflect on the things that we wish we had done differently or think that we should be doing better.
For what I would change about the year, or wish we had done better, I wish we had taken more time to enjoy things rather than just focusing on the grind, focusing on just getting through each day, rushing through, not taking the time to work on ourselves and just enjoy things a little bit more, whether it's taking a break from things or going on vacation or going to the gym, whatever it is.
The gym?
Maybe. But having that moment for yourself is so important. And if you don't take the time for yourself, nothing matters, because you just wind up in a rut, in a downward spiral, and it's a self-reinforcing downward trajectory if you're not taking the time for yourself.
So I have to agree, and mine is sort of related to that. So if you guys have been watching our last few videos of the year, last few months really, we've been talking a lot about burnout and the fact that we've been kind of struggling to get our sales back on track, struggling in general in life. And that stems from a lot of different things, but a lot of it stemming from what we said at the beginning of this video. We lied to you. So our business and our YouTube channel was very focused on what others told us it should be. So for YouTube, for example, we were very focused on what the analytics told us we needed to be doing. So if we saw a video do really well, we would really focus on trying to get more content like that, because that's what the algorithm told us to do. And in our business, if somebody told us that we needed to be listing a certain amount of items, or that we had to be, reaching these certain numbers, or we had to be curating this certain thing, then we tried to do that, and we tried to chase what everybody told us our business or our YouTube should look like. And it was great to see growth in both areas. It was great to see things happening and after being stagnant for so long, but it didn't make us feel good. It didn't make us feel fulfilled. It didn't make us feel joy. And even when we tried to do things that made us feel joy, we saw that it would fail, and that made us feel like it was us, or we were the problem.
I think it's very similar to the video we did about toxic positivity. It's chasing someone else's goals is not going to make your life any better. So you have to find what brings you happiness, what you care about, and pursue that more than what other people are telling you.
Yes. So I think what I wish I had done better is focused on what made me happy, what brought me joy. There were some videos we did this year that, no, they weren't the most popular videos, but they made us happy. We did a blindfold challenge that we both were laughing and saying, I wish we did more of this.
The entire day, for the rest of the day after that video, we were just in a great mood.
Yeah, it was so much fun. And there are other things like that we really, really enjoy, but we don't get to share with you. So I wish we had done more of that. I wish we had listened to ourselves more and not worried so much about what everyone else thought.
So yeah, I think taking our eyes off of what we find important and refocusing our efforts on enjoying the journey is probably the biggest regret that I have this year.
Yeah. So let's tie that into 2023. So what goals are we going to set for 2023?
So right off the bat, I would like to work more towards self-care. I would like to take more time to enjoy vacation. I would like to take more time to do things for myself, whether it's play some video games or watch a TV show or just go out for a nice dinner, whatever that is. Not the gym. The gym is not fun. Whatever that is, just take that moment to reflect that life is more than going to work. Life is more than that next thing that you have to do, the chores.
For me, do I have a monetary goal? Sure, but it's going to be the same as last year because frankly, I didn't hit it. And that is where I want to be in my business. I want to be at 75,000 and that's my ceiling. I don't want to be a six-figure reseller, and we can go into the whole reasons behind that in another video. But what I want to focus on is making things, content, whether it be YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, our Facebook group, any of that. I want to make content that makes me happy, that brings me joy, and I hope that you guys are going to enjoy it too, but I also want to be my authentic self while doing it. I want you guys to see the weird things that I say. I say ooh la la when I'm talking about lingerie, but that's just normal for me, so we didn't even think about editing that out. I'm a strange person, and I want you guys to see that.
Obviously, I highlighted it. Yeah.
I want you guys to see all of that. I want you guys to see how much fun we have when we're thrifting, rather than worrying about whether or not we show you the coolest bolo in the best way possible, at the best angle possible. Yeah. I want you to see all the fun stuff. So that's going to be my focus this year, and that might mean that I lose some of you guys, and I'm really sorry for that, but I can't wait to get to know the ones that stay. All right, so let's be a little bit more businessy. What business habits do you want to pick up in 2023?
The biggest habit that I want to see is I want to take the 5 minutes to do that small task and just do it rather than procrastinate. I think I struggle with procrastinating more than anyone ever under all. So if I could take the 5 minutes to clean an item, 5 minutes to patch up a hole or scrub down a pair of shoes or whatever it is, and it doesn't pile up. It doesn't become a bigger job for future Tyler to then do and feel overwhelmed.
Are you saying that we have a damage pile that was meant for Tyler that hasn't been worked on?
Okay.
Oh, I didn't know.
Kicking me while I'm already down. That's nice.
So mine's kind of similar. So we've realized that one of my biggest flaws is I am a morning person and he is not. And that's perfectly okay, but the problem is that I wait for him to get moving in the morning. I want to have coffee with him, I want to talk with him, and that's great and awesome, but I move better in the morning. I get way more done than he does, and I should be more productive while I wait for him. It's okay for me to list 3 items while I wait for him to get out of bed. That's okay. But I always think if I start moving before him and I start doing things, and I'm leaving him behind, and that's so silly and ridiculous, and just, so it's something I want to work on. I really want to work on being intentional with the times that I know that I use most effectively, and not worrying so much about, other people's schedules when it really doesn't actually affect them at all. It's just in my own head. So we mentioned burnout in 2022. So how will you work on freeing yourself of burnout or lack of motivation in 2023?
I think for me, it's going to be centered around little incremental treats for doing what I'm supposed to be doing. Edit a video, take 5 minutes to watch a couple TikToks.
Oh, maybe we can actually do all of the things that we say we're gonna do when we hit a goal. Like that restaurant we were supposed to go to.
We were supposed to go to a dinner for getting to 1,000 subscribers on YouTube, which we never did. So taking the time to have a little goal and a little treat for yourself to reinforce doing productive things is something that I'm looking forward to this year and actually doing them.
So burnout is something I'm really struggling with, and I think I've talked about this a bit in my Facebook group. And I think my focus for 2023 is going to be working on accountability partners and working with the people that I've met in this Facebook group that we have that I absolutely love to try and stay motivated and try and work with to get excited again, reignite that passion for reselling. I've met so many people in there that have kind of made me excited for different bolos or different ways of doing things. And we just started recently doing a live listen chat. I don't know what form those are going to take. Maybe we'll also do thrift with me's. Maybe we'll do other types of things. But I think it's a really great way to connect. And it's also a really small forum. So we're not worrying so much about how we're presented to all of YouTube, just to the awesome friends that we've made. So I think that's something I'm really, really going to focus on in 2023. And if you want to be part of that, it is only $1 a month. You can get a link to that in our descriptions of all of our videos. And I think it's a really great, awesome space.
Speaking of which, we do have a couple more thank yous. Bluntly Bold and Debbie are the 2 newest channel members, and it still boggles my mind every time someone joins up because it's all we can talk about for the rest of the day, week, year, forever.
Yeah,
it's
we
great.
Appreciate you more than you know, and I hope that you join one of our live sessions or post on there, or I hope we get to know you soon. Can't wait to get to know you more. All right, I'm going to get a little silly and hokey here, but I think it's really good to go forward with a positive attitude. I know I need it, and I'm sure some of you guys do too. So what is your positive mantra or affirmation for 2023?
I think for me, it's going to be a positive change on a small basis every day. So do that one thing to change that habit that you have that you want to break, or build a better habit one day at a time. It's going to be small little things that add up over time, and just forcing myself up out of the chair a little bit to be less lazy.
For 2022, my mantra on this channel was be your own algorithm, and I'm here for that. Of course, I absolutely believe in order to make sales, you cannot be dependent on any platform to do any of the work for you. As we know, they change and alter things all of the time. So you need to be on top of things.
I think being your own algorithm for this year, especially with all of the changes on Poshmark, is a little on the nose.
Yeah. It was a lot.
A little bit on the
So but for 2023, I really want to focus on redefining what success means and not making it so tied to the number of sales I make or the money that I make. So for me, it's going to be personal success only means what you want it to mean. So maybe personal success for me means putting out a video that I love and am deeply passionate about, and not worrying about whether or not it hits 1,000 views, 5,000 views, but rather just that the video that was in my brain came out onto a video. That to me might be what success looks like in 2023. But whatever it's going to be what I want it to mean and not what anybody else says. So to end this off, I think it's really important that we look at where do we see ourselves at the end of 2023. So I'll start here. Mine simply is I just want to be happy. The last 2 months of the year, I don't think I have been happy. I do have depression and anxiety, and I do talk about that quite a bit. And I think that I let that overcome me, and I think I kind of just stopped doing the things that made me happy. I didn't list, I didn't source, I focused on YouTube to an extent, but really not in the way that I wish I had. And it just let things get me down. It was hard to even get out of bed. And I am hoping that I can work through that and find ways to combat that. So if I can just be happy at the end of 2023, I think that's a huge win. What about you?
I mean, it's tied to that. I think I want to be happy, but I want to more enjoy the time that we spend together on our reselling journey. So I want to be able to just have a nice, pleasant day out, revel in the video style that we like to do. We did a whole series.
Some potato pizza?
Potato pizza. We did an entire series about going on a mini vacation thrift adventure.
Oh, love that.
And if you want to see more about that, check the link here.